Can they hear me now?
One time. You don't gotta look at the other camera. You only gotta look at this one. Tell them. We're gonna have a few issues today.
We got some issues.
Somebody don't ever let me work.
Because Drizzy don't ever want to do no work. He wants to lay around the house and watch Oprah Winfrey all day long. I don't know why.
Don't you be talking about the Queen. We know who the real Queen is. Oh, I just messed up. Okay, here we go.
Chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pie. Mayor Lightfoot announces the release of the body cam footage showing the fatal shooting of Adam Toledo, 13, for the day as Chicago and surrounding areas prepare for potential unrest, civil unrest. You mean terrorism? That's what y'all called it up in the Capitol. And I don't remember nobody setting no fires in the Capitol.
Well, we know y'all. We think y'all. Do they hear us or are they being?
Can y'all hear us?
Oh, so we decided to do a show today.
I decided to do a show. I told Drizzy, I got him on the phone this morning. I said, we're doing the show today, Drizzy. If I had to go to Facebook alone and do it, we're doing a show today, Drizzy. I've been asking him for 2 weeks to do a damn show, and he's been making me play them video games the whole time.
Yeah, y'all know that's true. Y'all know that's true.
I said, please, Drizzy, let's do one. Let's do a show. No.
Damn it. I have to kick my own self in the ass.
Uh-oh. That ain't me.
Oh?
That ain't me.
Oh, wait. You got to go to Facebook. You got to go to Facebook, so I got to get off here.
Yeah, I got to go.
But anyways, y'all, it's going to look a little janky today because you got to think it's been 2 weeks since I've outlasted.
Oh.
So, there we go. It's going to be janky.
How do you eat your stuffed crust pizza, Drizzy?
Huh?
How do you eat your stuffed crust pizza?
Done?
I eat mine from the back. Yeah.
Oh, guess what? Hey, Jimmy, listen to this word I'm fixing to say.
Right.
Very special word. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. We ain't on a family-friendly show. Y'all be getting on to me now because guess what?
Y'all
this
get on.
ain't for the family.
Get on to it.
For the friendly. Okay, Jamie, I'm going to leave you to it. You know, I do my magic over here. Just telling them, you know, don't expect the best of production value today. Maybe next week, the week after that, hell, maybe next month when the next one comes out.
Maybe.
But today, we're just going to get through it.
Whenever we can get Drizzy to do something.
Yeah, I know. Always having to do stuff, man. I don't know why. It's because my boss just don't ever listen to me. It's because, you know, I try to be the boss, but it ends up I'm not a very good boss because I end up getting bossed around. So it ends up becoming an inception of bosses. My boss is really his boss that's my boss, right? So we're all the boss of one.
How to remove blackheads from skin. I'm looking at this video. They was putting this lotion stuff on people's faces and then letting it sit there and then it turned like blackheads would come out of the skin. Off. Well, no, it wasn't that. They just wipe it off and then turn the rag over and show you all the blackhead. That's gross.
Oh, well, that is gross. I was watching you pat your face earlier. I didn't know why you was doing it either. Did you get all smooth? Did you?
Kawasaki.
Tell them, hey, y'all, you know where to find the channel at? Go to the JamieChapmanFES.com and guess what? Click watch and you'll find the page. You'll actually be able to watch the show at the bottom. It ain't been updated in about a month, but it still works. Yeah. So send out the links. We should be at least at 14 viewers at least.
Send the links out. Share it.
What?
Far and wide.
John?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to let you go so you can go live on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
What you truly want to do.
What you're gonna do? Hold on, there's a picture of Donald Trump here. 4/11/2021, and he's in front of Marine Force One. And this is Dan Scavino posted this.
Jamie, who was president in 2021?
No, he wasn't. Drizzy.
He wasn't not president until January 20th, 2021 at noon, 2:00.
Yeah, this is the other day. This picture is from 4/11/2021.
but I do got the answers to a couple other things. The Afghanistan war is ending on 9/11. Whoops, I'm wrong. It's supposed to be 9/20. By next week, it'll be 9/30.
Hey, see if you can pull up.
It'll be 10:40.
Can you hear me on the BattleNet?
Let me see. Don't be telling people what we use. You're not telling them our secrets.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
All right. Pull up. See if you can pull up that Dan Scavino tweet.
Alrighty.
Yeah, Twitter for iPhone 10:17 a.m. 4/11/2021. Somebody just posted that on my page.
There you go.
That's it right here. Hold up.
That's a video, Jamie. What do you mean, Michael Moore?
No, not Michael
Oh,
Moore.
I thought that was that other Michael Moore.
Dan Scavino.
Okay. Yeah, but it says from Michael Moore. He made the video. 1 second. I'm going to let you go. I'm getting confused. I'll listen to you through the headphones. We know what to do. Hey, listen. They should be posting this on Discord or something. How many calls have you gotten this week about, are you doing a show? Are you
Bunch
doing
of
a show? Are you doing a show? And where they at? Where they at?
Yeah, where they at?
Well, I don't see them. Well, I'm going to let you go. I'll be on the mic, and then we'll play it. All right?
All right. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Tell them bye. Brandon, Leo, Mark, Sippin'. How y'all doing out there? All right, let me get this going live over here on the Facebook side. You'd like to go live? Okay. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me get my back into it. Live video. Go live. Put my Otterbacks on. I had to charge my phone last night. I got one of them stands that you set the phone on at the house. You gotta take the Otterbox off of it. We'll share this out to the groups. Get them started up in here. Get them stirred up. And then we'll get into the news. They had another shooting up there. I can't think. What's the boy's name? Which video? Yeah, play it. Play that video, Driz. The one where the lady cop shot him. Not the 13-year-old, where the lady cop shot him. She said, "Oh, I'm taser, and then shot him in the side. So they want to tear their city up because that happened. Like, this is somebody called me about that. I think it was Mike. Called in saying, "Rest in peace." I said, okay, rest in peace to him. But he shouldn't have been trying to get away from the law. Guess what? It never would have happened. He never would have got shot if he would have kept his hands behind his back and got cuffs put on him. Never would have got shot. And now they're going to tear up their city because you can't shoot black people that break the law. You can't do it. They get to get away with it. White people don't get that privilege. What about that the white girl got shot in the Capitol? They closed out that case. Closed it out. I didn't see her trying to run from the police. She got shot. I didn't see her with no warrant on her for no firearm. And they're going to say they pulled him over because of some shit hanging off of his mirror. No, it wasn't. They run his tags. He had expired tags. Is why he got pulled over. And then he run from the police because he had a warrant on him. Now that's why he run from the police. Cassie, Sherry, how y'all ladies doing? Share it out. We're doing the show. Now I told Drizzy, I said we're going to do at least a 4-hour show today. And Drizzy said, okay, that's fine. And then he took 2 hours over here fixing this thing up. So it cut it down. So if y'all got any complaints, address them to the complaint department in care of Drizzy. Dr. Drizzy. She might have known it wasn't a taser. I don't know. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Jamie, it's me, Jim, in Minnesota.
What's up, Jim? How you been doing, man?
Oh, bad been laying low, trying to keep my stuff from being stolen and looted and everything else, man.
Yeah, you got to be careful up there.
Yeah, it's war torn up here, man. In fact, I used to live in Brooklyn Center, where this went down, about 3 blocks away from where this actually went down.
Is that where the guy got shot the other day for trying to run from the police?
Yeah, have you actually seen the body cam footage?
Yeah, I watched it the other day.
He shouldn't have been fighting with the police to begin with.
Exactly.
If he had a warrant, he should have just given up right then and there instead of trying to fight him.
But that's why he was. But that's why he was fighting. But that's why he was fighting him, because he had a warrant and he didn't want to go to jail.
Right. And
now, if we had some, look here, Jim. If we had some halfway decent, moral, outstanding character people in the black community, they would be out saying the exact same thing instead of all this bullshit about you can't kill, you're killing black people. Ileana Marsh, they're calling to get rid of the cops. It's the same thing that the Nazis in Germany did. They got rid of the police to allow the brown shirts to go out and attack people. Same thing with the Black Lives Matter and Antifa. They want to get rid of the police so they can go out and attack people. What's going to end up happening, you're going to end up with a bunch of bloodshed in the streets. If that's what you want, fine. Let me know. But we need to stop this bullshit, and people need to start standing up and saying what's right.
I do have to say that the officer was in the fault first to begin with.
Well, yeah.
It was a mistake.
Well, did you see? Yeah. And I think they charged her with that, didn't they?
Yes, they arrested her yesterday.
Well, okay. Well, there we go. The law is being applied.
Yep.
You know, just because you get upset, this is like somebody being upset and tearing up their house because they got mad about something. And they just go in and destroy shit because they're too emotionally triggered or something. I don't know.
Well, we got to look at the culture that they're raised in first, that most black people are raised in. I'm not going to say they. I'm going to call it like it is. Number one, the culture that they are raised in, they are to fear the police. They are not to cooperate with the police at all in any way, form, or circumstance. If a shooting happens in North Minneapolis, cops go knocking on the door asking, what did you see? Oh, I didn't see anything. Because they have been instilled to say nothing, because it goes to the old adage that snitches get stitches or put into the ground,
Yeah.
It's the mentality and the culture that they are raised in and the environment that they are to fear police. The police are not there to help you.
Well, they are.
Basically what it boils down to.
Well, that's what they are, there to help you. And these children need to be start teaching them this stuff. And all these other morons that's running around going, snitches get stitches. No, criminals go to jail. That's what happens. You don't want to get snitched on, stop being a criminal.
Well, see, it all started back in the early 80s when these gangs started infiltrating these neighborhoods where they could do their drug deals and everything else and do their gang banging and everything else. If anybody got shot, they went to these people and said, you don't say anything. And if I remember correctly, it started in L.A., plain and simple. And then it started spreading across America. And the environment is that these gangs, to be honest with you, are domestic terrorists.
They are.
They terrorize people and do not say anything.
Yes, see, that's the thing. I want to know if the FBI are going to call for the video proof of these people's faces, the ones that are burning and looting and tearing up stuff, like they did against the people that went in the Capitol. They come out and requested people's video footage to catch people that broke the law. I wonder if they're going to apply that same thing to these people out here burning these and looting these businesses.
No. They probably won't.
They won't, because you can see exactly who these people are in support of, what they want going on, the agenda. Because you got to look down the road to what agenda they're trying to reach with this crap.
To be fairly honest with you, I wish it'd go back to the old West days.
Well, I think it's coming.
If you had a beef with someone, you took it out to the street at high noon, and you had a shootout. Last man standing wins.
It says Derek Chauvin pleads the fifth and will not testify. Well, I don't think you plead the fifth. I think you. The only time you plead the fifth is when they call you to the stand. I don't think you can call him to the stand.
No, his defense attorney is very smart and probably wouldn't put him on the stand. So that's a wise move of the defense attorney.
I don't care if they convict this man for Floyd ODing. It's a bunch of bullshit. Floyd OD'd. He OD'd. You can go watch. Louder with Crowder did a test where he had somebody kneel on his neck. He didn't die. He's got a heart problem. Now this guy's autopsy report. Go ahead.
In fact, they even had an MMA fighter as an expert witness that says the way that Chauvin had his knee applied to the side of the shoulder, between the neck and the shoulder, there is no way possible that cut off his air circulation.
Yeah.
There's no way possible.
Now look, this is something else I heard yesterday. That Floyd's girlfriend, the one he called Mom, that's who, when he was laying there going, Mom, Mom, they're saying that he was calling out for her because his mother had passed away 2 years prior. And they had her in his phone, she was listed as Mom, and that's what he called her. You know, that was a loving thing he did with her. Hey, Mom, what's up, Mom? They called his girlfriend that. But what I heard yesterday was she was the teacher of the kid that got killed, shot.
Yep.
Now, ain't that funny? Ain't that funny, though? Is that just a coincidence that the lady that's in Minneapolis, that's her boyfriend got killed by the cops, was the teacher of another individual that got killed by the cops? I don't know if is that a conspiracy theory or what's going on. I don't know.
The one thing that you got to realize too is where George Floyd was killed, supposedly, is only about 10 minutes from where this young man was shot.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
Minutes away.
And his own drug dealer refused to testify. You know, his friend, that they said, his girlfriend said it was his drug dealer. He refused to testify because he thinks he's going to get charged with manslaughter because he's the one that gave him the pills. Or he gave him the drugs that apparently caused him to OD, the fentanyl. Oh, he gave him the fake bill. Oh, he gave him the fake $20 bill that got the cops called out there to begin with.
Here's one thing also that I want to bring up. Why is it that Chauvin is being charged with second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and third-degree manslaughter, but this woman that shot this kid is only getting a second-degree manslaughter charge? Why aren't they throwing the book at her like Chauvin did, like they did Chauvin? Very good question. Is it because she is a woman?
No, they're saying she didn't, because she said it was an accident. She didn't mean to do it. You know, when she shot him, she said, I thought I tased him. I didn't know that was a pistol in my hand. Well, I know what a difference between a pistol and a plastic taser feels like. They feel a little bit different. Pistols are usually heavier than plastic tasers.
Yep. And right now, I'm about 15 minutes from the area where that happened.
You better be
and
careful.
We've been having the military patrol around our neighborhood because all the cops are up there trying to deal with this
Shelley,
situation.
Michael,
We have the military actually driving around our neighborhoods.
Mary Hinkle Van Hoos, how you doing? She said about time we had a show. Cassie?
Yeah, it's just one big mess up here. I
That's
mean,
all.
I'm glad you guys are down there, wherever you guys are. It's a mess. The place, we've been closing down early at the factory because of the curfews. I've been getting home about 8:30 because of all the curfews that have been going on, that, you know, we had to shut down the plant because of the curfews. We usually run 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
But with the curfews in effect, we had to shut down early.
Well, people are saying if you live in Minneapolis and can leave, do so now. Because listen, I don't care if they convict him. Come back and say he's guilty. These people in the streets don't give a rat's ass. They just want chaos. They're going to burn shit down. Listen, you can have your team win the Super Bowl. And what do? What does the cities do when their team wins the Super Bowl? The city gets tore up. People don't know how to act. People don't know how to celebrate without destruction. So if he gets not guilty, if he gets a not guilty, oh man, it's gonna burn. They've already called for it. The Black Lives Matter girls come out and said if he didn't get convicted, they was gonna burn cities down. What does that sound like a threat? What do you mean if he? So you're telling the jury what they've got to decide? So you're the judge and jury now. Well, she should be locked up. When the first time they burn some shit, they should snatch her ass up off the street and put her in jail and she'll go, what are you doing? Well, they burnt that city. You know how you called for them to burn the city? They did it. So you're going to be charged with it. Now have fun sitting in prison for the rest of your life. And when you do happen to get out, you got a big bill that you got to pay. We're going to take money out of your check every week for restitution. Hope you can live on cat food and crackers. Hope that's fine with you because we're going to get our money back, dumbass.
Latoya White just said something about a suspect dragging a cop. Yeah, that was in Hutchinson, Minnesota, from a Menards parking lot, and the cop was hit in the head with a hammer.
All right. Well, hey, Jim, let me go catch some more calls because Drizzy kept us over building stuff on the new page and stuff. Hey, and we're gaming. Have you seen the gaming channel?
Yes, I have, and unfortunately, I don't have a gaming system. So
well, you don't have to have a gaming system. You don't have to have a gaming system to show support. Just come over and click like. Thumbs up.
Hey, you know what? Maybe I should go to Walmart whenever they're looting and get one from.
There you go. Yeah. You can get you a nice one real cheap. It's a rider's discount. All right. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate the call, man.
All right.
Have a good one.
See you later.
Later on, man.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, Democrats are... Flatters, what's your name? Where you calling from? What's up?
Hey, I'm trying to speak to Jamie.
That's me. What's up, man? There's a delay. Go ahead. You're on. What's up?
Oh, Jamie. Listen, I just wanted to say, first of all, I like your gaming show.
Thank you, sir.
But the Black Lives Matter movement over here in Columbia, South Carolina, right now. The Black Lives Matter movement. I'm not making no excuses for them. But I will say, since the movement that's out here, I don't really see the crazy stuff that I saw before I started, before what happened. And I started, reaching out to them. I don't really see, the crazy stuff that they try to make, they try to make it out to be on social media. You know what I'm saying?
What crazy stuff are you talking about?
Like how Black Lives Matter, you know how Black Lives Matter, like on social media, Black Lives Matter just seems like a terrorist group,
Well, you don't think that's a terrorist group? If the people that so-called run it are calling for threatening to burn down cities if a guilty verdict is not rendered, you don't think that's a terrorist?
Yeah, that.
Now, I'm going to play some videos on here from last night in Minneapolis. We're going to play some videos on here from what happened in the street. From Now, there was a guy 2 days ago that was up there, and CNN was there, and he told them, why don't y'all take y'all's bullshit cameras out of here because y'all ain't doing nothing but causing problems. This is all a plan to separate white and black people, to keep us fighting with each other. So we're not pointing a finger at our government for not doing what they're elected to do. That's all it is. Black lives matter just as much as white lives matter, just as much as Mexicans' lives matter, Asian lives matter. They all matter the same. But when you break the law and you run from the police or fight with the police, you can expect to get an ass whooping or shot. I don't care what color you are. And if somebody in the black community would step up and say that to these people in the black community that are doing these things. Now, I don't agree with the police whooping nobody's ass or shooting nobody. I don't care what color they are. But if you fight with the police, I don't care what color you are, you can expect to get an ass whooping. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir. I believe that, they have to be able to enforce the law. Now, let me ask you this, Jamie, because
yeah,
I've been watching you for a long time.
All right.
Do you believe that do you believe that blacks are like normally blacks are the ones getting killed and all that by the cops?
No, because the numbers don't show that. There's more white people killed by cops in America than black people. And people will say, well, that's because there's more white people in the population. Well, okay. Well, why ain't you upset when a white person gets killed by the cops? If you're upset about the cops killing people, you should be upset about the cops killing anybody, not just black people. When you put like when they did this Black Lives Matter thing, when you put a color in front of something in the name of an organization, you're separating it from everybody else. And I don't agree with that. We're all the same. We're all Americans, the ones that are here legally. We're all Americans, and we all should be looking out for each other. But we also should be able to stand up and go, hey, you're doing wrong, and you got your ass whooped. If you had not a fault with the police, they wouldn't have whooped your ass. Just like with this kid that got shot the other day. If he had not fought with the police and jumped back in his car, he never would have been shot. Same thing with Floyd. If he had not fought with the police and had followed and got in the car like he was supposed to, have you watched that whole body cam footage on that?
Oh, yeah, I watched it.
It's 30 minutes long where they're sitting there going, get in the car, get in the car. I tell you, I guarantee you money, because I've been locked up before. They would not stand there for 30 minutes arguing with me about getting in the damn car. They would have whooped my ass and put me in the car. But you know what? They didn't have to because I got in the car. It's simple. It's real simple. You got to be able to call this stuff out, man. That's what upsets me is people don't, and they go, well, it's racist. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in racism. It's either right or it's wrong, regardless of the color. It don't have anything to do with color. It's either right or wrong. And if it's wrong for a white person to do it, it's wrong for a black person to do it. If it's wrong for a black person to do it, it's wrong for a white person to do it. It's as simple as that. We're making this shit too complicated, and that's helping these people out that's got this, I think they got another agenda in the background, and they got us fighting with each other. And I don't want to do that.
All right, now check this out real quick, Jamie. I want to say this. Now, gotcha. And let me finish too.
Okay.
So listen, Jamie, you are a Trump supporter. Now I'm not gonna lie, you influenced me to see Trump. I see Trump different. So you are a Trump supporter. However, you wasn't one of the ones that was going down to the little, the house and all that, and doing all that chaos, right?
Yeah, because I'm not stupid.
Yeah, but you are a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
Now, Black Lives Matter, as far as what I've been seeing, like actually physically seeing, it's not Black Lives Matter, and to get everybody else, it's Black Lives Matter also, and social media and certain individuals who's not even a part of Black Lives Matter movement, they say Black Lives Matter, making the whole world feel like, oh, well, fuck that, Black Lives Matter, well, Lives Matter too, and Brown Lives Matter too, and all this, but no, it's Black Lives Matter too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see how they do that? You got to look deeper into these things. When they do the Black Lives Matter, they already got us arguing with each other, because people are going to go, well, hold on a minute. Why don't white lives matter? Why don't Asian lives matter? Why don't Mexican lives matter? They already got us where they want us. They got us separating into groups. And it's called divide and conquer. It's called divide and conquer.
You feel like, do you agree with this? It's too many accidental killings being broadcast on social media of these officers accidentally killing these, you say whatever color they are.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't see any. Tell me the last accidental shooting you've seen of a white person.
All right. Well, when the white lady killed that one, everybody know about that one.
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about of a cop killing a white person.
That's what I'm saying. That y'all don't ever broadcast that. You know.
No, what do you mean, y'all? I don't broadcast.
No, not y'all. But what I mean is, you have black who, like you said, want to see like division, and you have white people who want to make money and want to get recognized off division. So they share this, probably edit it, and black people do the same thing. You got these individuals doing that, trying to cause division, and most of the videos that's being shared is white officers killing black people, and not only that, but killing them and getting off with it. And this has been going on for a long time, and there wasn't really a Black Lives Matter movement until, in my opinion, with the dude that's wearing the hoodie. I forgot his name,
Trayvon Martin. Well, that wasn't even. But look, that wasn't even a white guy that killed Trayvon. That was a Latino man that killed Trayvon, but they portrayed him as a white man because they're trying to cause racial tensions between whites and blacks in this country. Now that's what I'm asking you. Tell me the last time you seen a cop kill a white person that was filmed, because more white people are killed by cops than any other race in America, and you never see it because it don't cause an uproar in the white community like it does in the black community, because the black community has been taught and programmed to think the white man's against you, the police are against you, they're holding you back because you didn't survive, you didn't succeed in life. It's somebody else's fault. No, the reason most people don't succeed in the world is because they don't have drive and ambition. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, Jamie, that's one way to look at it, and it makes sense to me. Keep doing your thing, man. I'm a big fan and appreciate it, man.
Hey, what's your name again?
My name's Jake.
Jake?
Columbia, Carolina. Not J-A-Y.
Oh, Jay. All right, Jay. I appreciate the call, man. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, Jamie.
All right, man. You have a good one. Be safe out there, man.
All right.
All right. Go ahead, Drizzy. Play that video. Play that video right there, Drizzy. Put that camera in the corner. We'll play Veritas in a minute. Let's play this CNN thing right here. Oh, you guys. Let's play this right here. And then let's play what happened last night up there in Minneapolis. Roll that beautiful bean footage. I can't hear it. You got my headphones on still, Drizzy. Rookie mistake. That's a rookie mistake right there, buddy. Oh, that's a rookie. I can't hear it, Drizzy. Rookie.
About this is all the press and all the extra shit y'all do makes this worse.
You think so?
Yes. When people want to protest, they shouldn't do it in front of a fucking police courthouse. Shit like that. You get what the fuck I'm saying?
I want you to be careful. I want you to be careful.
Be careful.
Really
of what?
Of anything that can hit you. Of anything that can hit you. Look at all the stuff. of this.
Of what?
Of this.
Do it look like I'm scared?
No, you don't.
Do it look like I'm scared?
You don't. You don't.
Exactly. Y'all need to get up out of here with all that twisting up the media ass shit.
Okay.
Real shit.
You don't know me, but
I don't know you.
we're going to get to know each other. That's
You
what we're
gonna
going
get
to
to
do.
know each other.
Yes, we are.
That's exactly
We are.
what it is.
We are.
How you gonna know me?
We're going to talk. I'm going to share
Yeah,
a number
let's
with
go.
you. All right, let's
I'm
do
gonna
it.
share a number
Let's do it
with
right
you.
now.
Let's do it. All right, here's my phone. Let's
No,
go
you
ahead
got
and
the
share me
camera
a
out.
number.
Talk about something that's real.
Tell me what's
Y'all
real.
just gonna edit out the shit that y'all
We're
don't
live.
want,
We
and
are
then y'all
live.
gonna
Listen,
edit out some other shit.
We're live right
You're
now.
not fucking live.
I'm live right now.
I don't care if you live or not.
Okay, but
Get
we
away
can't
from
edit
here with
this.
all
This
that
is
media
live.
shit
This
that y'all
is live
doing.
right now.
Look,
We're with CNN.
then
We're
take
live.
that camera all the way the fuck up there
We are
then.
going up there. That's
Take it all the way the
where
fuck
you
up
stopped
there.
us.
Y'all doing all the extra shit for the backhand shit to make
Listen,
people look all crazier
We're
than what the
going
fuck
up
they
there.
are.
All right, then you watch us because
Take
that's
your
where
ass
we're
up
going.
there.
All right, so everybody's got a hot head right now, as you might imagine, because it is really, really hot right now. The crowd was there. You can see the police all out. We are getting a huge amount of CO.
Oh yeah. Officer who shot Dante. And this is all escalating stuff up there. It's already a powder keg up there with the Chauvin trial going on. Because it ain't looking good
This shit for the backhand shit to make people.
Because they're saying that Mr. Floyd OD'd. What? No, don't say he didn't. Oh, well, that's what the coroner report said. I didn't do the autopsy on him. But he had all kind of shit in his system. Methamphetamines, fentanyl. Fentanyl is deadly. Oh, you can look at fentanyl and that shit'll kill you. That's why I don't even go around it. I don't even want to be around no fentanyl, man. That's some bad stuff. And we got some fentanyl in the other room. I'm gone. I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna head on out. Y'all living dangerous up in this bitch. Not me. I like being alive. Oh yeah. Drizzy. Donate. Sipping on fire. Sipping on fire. Here you go, ma'am. I don't know what you up in here doing.
Washing my hands.
Not up in here yet.
No, I'm drying them.
Oh, did you dry them? Please put my shirt down, Mom. Don't be drying your hands on my shirt.
I ain't got your shirt.
What are you doing? Put my shirt down, please.
Please.
Mama, that's my shirt.
You shouldn't make
That's my good shirt, Mama. That's my rayon shirt. You're getting water all over.
Don't believe him.
They don't. Here you go.
Yeah,
That's Delta.
Do you need some more of these?
Yeah, the deposit slip things, yeah.
Okay.
I think I got some in the truck out there. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't know unless you...
I think I got some on the dash. But yes, ma'am, please and thank you. But you seen that one with W.W. Williams?
Yeah.
And then I think PNC.
Yeah.
Yeah, check Miss Rhonda to see if she's got one. I don't know.
She does. She said she didn't, but I said, well, you told me you did. But
She might have.
did. She did. So.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, I love you.
Lee,
Did you eat your food?
I ate a bunch of it.
Did you?
Yeah, I brought the cupcakes up here. The cupcakes I got from
Brandy?
no, they're at the house. I'm bringing in tomorrow. I ate the cupcakes because Joyce and Jackie's been eating them. I brought the cupcakes that Carrie sent me up here yesterday. Eat me one, pass the rest of them out. I brought the brownies. What's left over right there? You want a brownie?
I don't know.
Don't look into my brownies, Mom.
Ooh.
That's a magnet. You stick it on the refrigerator.
Oh.
You stick it on the refrigerator.
Okay. Are they hard?
No. Them things smell good when they brought them in here, man. They were good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what are you doing in my brownies?
You said you can get a
No, I
brownie.
said you can look at them.
Oh, well, I heard you get.
See what Facebook is doing over here? All of these Cassie Altmans watching.
Who's watching?
No, I'm talking to people on the screen.
Oh.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
You love brownies.
I love brownies.
So you're telling me that Papa John has a brownie you like?
Yeah, pretty good. And Anita got me them. Anita Couchman. That's an old lady that she's stalking me. She's probably 70 years old, Mom.
She's trying to get with you?
Yes. She
I'm
will.
72. Tell her. Go,
Yeah,
girl.
well, that's what she's doing. She's going. Trying to get me through my belly. She knows how to do it.
How do you know?
Cause she sees my belly.
Oh, your food. I thought it was something below your belly.
Oh yeah, she's trying to get my belly. Below my belly. Through my belly. All right, what you got, Drizzy? You got any other videos? Is that the police officers? Is that other videos from last night up in Minneapolis? Because they said it's like the 4th night of unrest up there. 4th night of unrest in Minneapolis. So it's just going crazy up there. What are you doing? Oh, he's putting a thing over there. My bad. Oh yeah, the Dems are wanting to pack the Supreme Court. The Supreme. Who told us about this? Didn't Trump say they was going to do that? Now they want to pack the Supreme Court. Why do y'all want to do that? Because we want to get more crazy liberals in here so we can get rid of the Constitution. Well, we don't want to do that. Let's cut them down. Let's just go 5. Let's go from 9 to 5 or 9 to 7. Let's do that instead of putting more of y'all crazy liberals over there, because y'all are just a bunch of commie bastards. What do you mean, Jamie? What do you mean, what do I mean? You want to take our gun rights away? Well, no, we don't. Look at the damn EOs that Biden is pushing. Shall not be infringed is what it says. Shall not. What does shall not mean, Jamie? That means it won't happen. It means you will not infringe upon our Second Amendment rights. Well, Jamie, the Second Amendment is there to protect all the other ones. You know why the Second Amendment is there to protect all the other ones? Because it involves a firearm. Because y'all dumbasses, you can't hear to. It says it right in there. Shall not infringe. Play it, Drizzy. Play it. Hold up, let's see that. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
I was just calling to see what's disconnected.
You was calling to see you were disconnected?
They said your number was disconnected. I was just calling in to see if it was. It's not.
Who said it was disconnected?
I don't know. The comment said it was disconnected.
No, you see the numbers right there. That number don't get disconnected. It's always there. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Shelly.
Shelly what? Shelly Moorhead?
Yeah, I was just calling to see if it was working.
Oh, yes, ma'am, it is. I seen you. I seen you in the comments. Bye-bye. Seen her in the comments over there earlier. Who's saying that the number's disconnected? They crazy as hell. Shelly just tried it. That number works, baby. Check it out if you want to. Feel free to call. I believe in free speech. I don't have a problem with what you think. I don't have to agree with you. I'll tell you if I don't. I don't have no problem hurting your feelings. I don't know why it keeps popping. Go ahead, Drizzy. Run it. Let me see if I got this right here. Camera in the corner.
Wednesday, we had one thing for you. Now we have another, because things aren't changing enough in this country or changing fast enough. We begin tonight with a Fox News alert. We just learned that Democrats in the Congress are preparing a bill to pack the Supreme Court, to add 4 new justices to our Supreme Court. That would change the country forever. Now, we're going to be monitoring this and bringing more details as we get them. But as of right now, we know these things. The bill is being led by Congressman Jerry Nadler of New York, that's in the House, and in the Senate by Senator Ed Markey of Massachusetts. Again, packing the Supreme Court. You remember President Biden said he was impaneling some kind of Blue Ribbon Commission to consider this. Now,
What's up, Ken? How you doing?
I don't know why my phone kept on saying it was disconnected. I don't know what was going on with that.
I don't know.
Maybe I fumble fingered on the digit or something. I don't know.
Oh. So how you been doing?
Well, I wanted to ask you how you've been doing.
Oh, I've been doing well. Thank you very much.
Man, I've been missing this political commentary, and and I wanted to say, were you in the digital gulag or?
No, we had some infighting going on and strife, and I told them to stop it, and they didn't. So I just went to gaming.
I hear you needed a break from it all anyway.
Yep, I said, y'all don't listen? I'll go to gaming all day long. It don't matter to me. So we're building that channel up. We got over 200 subs over there. So we're building that channel up the same way we did this one.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're back up there. You know, you're kind of the David with your small platform, you know, up against that digital giant Goliath.
Yeah.
And I hate to see you not be on there. I really do.
Well, we do one every once in a while. I think we did 3 or 4 since we stopped doing them every day. I think we did 3 or 4, and me and Drizzy
must have missed them. Probably caught me on days I was busy.
Yeah, me and Drizzy were talking. If you go to the, I don't know if you can get alerted from the web page or not.
Well, I did on this one. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, if you go to the web, I'm talking about the www.jamiechapmanfes.com.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a gamer, Jamie. You know, I was raised in the era of Pong.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the web page. Yeah, but the web page tells you what pages we're on.
Right, okay. Well, all I know is I was glad to see you on there today.
Yeah.
You know, especially in the light of what's happening in the world, it was good to see you there.
Oh, there's a bunch of news going on out there every day. Bunch of crazy stuff.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Bunch of crazy stuff going on, especially with this going on up there with Chauvin. You know, they said the defense rested today up there. I don't understand why that they didn't throw that out when they said that when it come out and the autopsy reported that he OD'd.
Yeah, right? Well, look, you know, they planned all that with the beginning of this thing. You know, I don't even believe that he's even dead. I believe he pulled a Tom Sawyer at his own funeral.
He could have.
That brother of his, it sure does look like him.
He does, don't he?
You want to learn, huh?
He does, don't he?
Yeah, I'm telling you, he pulled a Tom Sawyer. It's all oligarchs, corruption, it's false flags.
That's what I'm saying. You can't believe nothing no more.
Go to my website.
It's you can't believe anything anymore. That's sad.
No, it's really ridiculous, isn't it? And to all those people that are out there, you know, throwing water bottles and bricks at cops, there's 700,000 police officers in America. And even if that wasn't a false flag, which I believe it was, you have people putting on that uniform every day who are going out there and they are in dangerous circumstances. They're doing the best they can, and they do make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
And there's a few evil among them. There's just a few of them that are going to be evil. I know. I testified against one of them that murdered somebody over $7,000. So yes, they do exist. Evil is going to exist everywhere.
Not just in the police department, though. Not just in the police department. You got evil 7-Eleven people.
That's right.
What was Lacey? Remember him? Remember Lacey, the guy that killed all them people? What kind of job did he have? Wasn't he a clown? That's evil. You got an evil clown right there.
I'm telling you, yeah, that's right. That's right. But I mean, you know, look, even doctors.
John Wayne.
Look at Fauci. I mean, do we go around throwing bricks and water bottles at all the doctors that wear that uniform over the few that are evil, or perhaps they, you know, like this last one, maybe he made a mistake, or you know, negligent in some way. Do we go around throwing bricks and water bottles at those people and hating them? You're hating somebody over the color of a uniform. How is that different than hating someone over the color of your skin?
It's not.
It's not.
Tell you what, you go throwing bricks at me, I'm gonna shoot some lead right back at your ass.
If people had God in their heart, this stuff wouldn't be going on. Period.
Nope.
Because you know, in our Constitution, it addresses all of this stuff. Why are people? You know, these people are arguing that we don't have a good judicial system. Name one judicial system anywhere in the world that's as good as the American judicial system. You're afforded the opportunity to a lawyer. You're opportunity to have somebody represent you.
Yes.
Your lawyer gets to pick people on the jury. Just
Yeah,
like
it's
the
still a thing.
prosecution gets to pick half of them.
Yes.
You get to pick half of them.
Those super singles, will we sell just one, or they gotta be a set?
I'll sell one.
We haven't addressed all of this. This has been what's been going on. The communists are.
Buck's got them out there up under the trailer. Get Buck to show them to him. Put them on for $45. Sorry about that. We got some super singles down here. I got a deal on some super singles with the rims. And I got some, I got a set of them. Well, we got 5. And
you worked on mostly big trucks?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? I would have been coming to you years ago with my tree service.
We've been doing this since 05.
Yeah, if I'd have known you back then, known of you, I definitely would have brought you my business.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Of course, I'm not doing it now, so.
Yeah. What's the cash app? I don't know what you're talking about, Reese.
I think people ought to wake up to one thing, and that is this: for those of them out there that want to go out and throw bricks and stones and what have you, hey, you without sin cast the first stone. And understand that our judicial system was meant to not be tried in a court of public opinion. That's what our founding forefathers got away from. We fought against that kind of tyranny where people were being tried in the court of public opinion to get rid of them. That's what the oligarchs were doing when our founding forefathers fought against them to bring us our constitutional rights. These constitutional rights that freed slaves, created civil rights, minority rights, women rights, rights to property, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, work. All of these rights are being stomped on and have been stomped on in the last year over the big C, not the big C like people think.
Yeah, not that one.
Today.
That one that come out of China.
Yeah, the big lie.
Yeah.
And it is. That's what it is. And it was put there so they could steal your right to vote.
And it's coming.
So they
and it's
usher you into a communistic, globalistic control. One big, horrible plan to control you through technocracy, exactly as it's already been implemented in China.
I want to keep the damn keep the spotlight on Fauci. I mean, not Fauci. Well, Fauci too, because a lot of them were telling them not.
That's right.
Not just Fauci, but the governors, Whitmer, Fox,
all of them governors.
all of them, Cuomo, all of them that put them elderly people, put the infected people in the elderly homes and killed all them people. I want them people charged.
You know what they discovered through the universities, don't you?
What's that?
They took the supposed COVID
Light on Fauci.
and sent them to top universities, not just any place. We're talking Harvard and Stanford. 6 universities around the country have already done these tests. And they said that what they found out was that the bug that supposedly was COVID, because the PCR test is not supposed to be run at the cycles they've been running.
They've been running it at 40 cycles, and they stopped running it at 40 cycles, and that's why the cases have gone down.
That's right. They're getting all kinds, and we're talking like 90% false positives.
Yes.
And CDC's now coming out and saying that all the comorbidity deaths, which we've been saying that for months, Jamie, you and I have been saying that. CDC's finally coming out and saying it as well.
Well, see, this is gonna implicate a lot of other people though, because Trump come out and said.
I'm praying.
Trump come out and said that hydroxychloroquine was a cure, and then you had all the pharmacists telling the doctors that they wasn't going to.
A good treatment.
Yeah, and they had all these pharmacists telling the doctors they wasn't going to allow them. They down in Texas they wouldn't let them get the medicine.
They took it off the market, Jamie. They took it out of the pharmacy. They took Tamiflu.
But listen, this is their reasoning for taking it off the market. We don't want people hoarding it. Well, what do you mean hoarding it? You mean these people are going to hoard something that's dangerous to them?
We're going to hoard it instead of people getting some of it to cure let them die. I mean, they literally let them die. Come on, man. It's crimes against humanity any way you cut it.
Yep. It is.
That is exactly what it is. Crimes against humanity. And if we don't stand up to this stuff, I don't even know what to think. I still keep on pinching myself. Did I die and God stuck me in a different reality or something?
So we're caught in some kind of loop. We're caught in some kind of upside down world where what's good is bad and what's bad is good.
Bad is good. Yeah. I mean,
what the hell?
Really bizarre, is it not?
If you don't believe that, look at some of the programs that are on TV.
Oh, yeah, I don't even watch TV.
Oh, RuPaul. Watch RuPaul on there.
I mean, it's just one thing after another.
See, and they've got me where I don't want to say nothing because they'll go, oh, they'll take him down because he's saying something. So I like play around with it. Go watch RuPaul's show. Tell me that's is that okay with you? I don't want you sitting there reading to my preschool or my kid that's in elementary school. I don't want your ass sitting up there dressed like that.
No, I know.
Reading to my kids, trying to get them to accept that shit.
That guy that Biden put on the help, that's trying to push for the help.
Oh, you talking about that good-looking blonde?
Yeah, that good-looking blonde.
Oh man, she is fine. Woo, she's fine. She's supposed to be a doctor. Listen, the funny thing about that, she's supposed to be a doctor. Well, hold on a minute, Doc. Let's go. Let's see what kind of degree you got. It's
probably about like Gates's degree. He dropped out of college.
Yeah, but he's a big COVID guy now. He's also a weather expert.
With all the recent
with the
oh yeah, block the sun, yeah.
But you're blocking the sun.
And he's also some sort of health expert when it comes to lab-grown meats too.
Look, we got the Veritas video where the CNN guy talks about what's going to be the next thing that they push is the climate change scare.
Yeah, well, we all knew that. We know that.
But that's what I'm saying. Gates is a climate expert now, just like that little pigtail girl, Greta. Oh, the girl that goes, "How dare you?" She knows she's 16 years old and she's a damn climate change expert. This is all to put. This is a Ponzi scheme.
It is big, and it's a horribly big Ponzi scheme. I'd like to say something about that. In God's Word, there's a term says threading the needle. Rich man has a better chance of threading the needle than he does of getting into heaven.
Yep.
Okay, this is what he's referring to. When in the old days,
sip in.
Thread the needle.
Thank you, ma'am.
The gate. It was a nighttime gate to start with. So that has meaning. You had to get your camel unpacked, and you had to walk on your hands and knees through this gate that was a nighttime gate to keep the people within the city safe.
Yep, it was to keep the riffraff out.
So even that has meaning. Get on your hands and knees and walk through the gate. You see, the nighttime gate. As you packed your camel your whole life, and you're so freaking bloody rich. But now look what he's doing. He's doing exactly what's against God. God says that those who pillage the widows' homes, shame, woe to them, okay? What they've done is they created a situation where they shut down the processing plant, so the farmers had to dump their yield in the field. Some of those farmers, believe it or not, committed suicide because the farms that were in their families for multiple generations, they were about to lose and they could not handle the pressure of it. Now, as they lost their farms and sold most of them, and some of them actually committed suicide and their widows had to sell, who was it that bought their farms up? Do you know?
Who was it?
Bill Gates.
Is that how he got to be the largest landowner?
That's right. That's right. As these farmers are losing their farms because they had to dump their yield because of the very virus that he sent Fauci to Wuhan to create, to go around our gain of function research laws in America, which he's going over to China, who definitely has a not a gender specific, a ethnic specific bioweapons program. China has a ethnic, think about what I just said, an ethnic specific bioweapons program.
Hey, if I was in the black community and they come by and said, "Hey, we got this vaccine for you," I wouldn't take it if I was a black person. And that would be going from.
Better not take you if you're a white person.
Well, I'm saying if I was a black person.
Population enthusiast behind it.
Yeah, but I'm saying I would look back to other things that the government did to the black community. You know, when they give them all.
Oh yeah, Tuskegee experiment.
Yes, I would go. Last time y'all did that, y'all give a bunch of people diseases and stuff. I don't think I want nothing from y'all.
And the same people that did that are the sons of those people are the ones doing it now. Bill Gates' father was on the founding board of Margaret Sanger's Planned Parenthood. What was that started for? It was to cull the human herd of undesirables, quote unquote. Yeah.
Well, she called the black community weeds. She said they were weeds.
And it's no different today. If you're poor, it don't matter what color you are. As far as they're concerned, you're an undesirable.
Yes.
They don't believe in these elitists. This is what people don't understand. This whole thing, and this is what it's truly about. You want to know the God's honest truth about what's happening? This is it in a nutshell. These people are scared because we are waking up. We're waking up, quite frankly, because of the same device that they intended to entrap us all with, that they're building the Tower of Babel with. We're waking up because we're sharing truth. That truth that we are sharing, it puts a spotlight on their corruption. Their drug dealing, their gun running operations, their money laundering schemes, their corrupt foundations, everything that they've been doing for decades to rob the everyday people of every feature that they have is being exposed. They're now in a very desperate position. They can either enslave us, which is what they're trying to do, or they're going to end up, look, this is Revelation, the apocalypse. People are taught to be fearful of those two words, because they have taught us to be fearful of those two words. In reality, those two words simply mean to reveal, the unveiling. God allowed our stupor so that those that are faithful could have a relatively normal life. Yet there's a season for everything. And these Satanists, whether they know they're Satanists or not, they're following a death cult. Eugenics and euthanasia and depopulation. It's a death cult, period. That's what it is. And they've sold drugs to your kids. Over 2 million military-age kids have died in America since 2009. Why?
Representative Diana DeGette breaking. We've just reintroduced our bill to ban high-capacity gun magazines. There's no reason why any civilian needs a gun magazine to hold more than 10 rounds.
They're so desperate, Jamie.
Yeah, okay. Well, the other night when I seen that white boy get his ass beat up there in Minneapolis, and the group of people that was running around going, "Is he a white guy? Get him!" There was more than 10. That would be the perfect case where you needed a gun magazine that had more than 10 rounds.
Yeah, well, the division is created, as you were saying earlier, by them. And
yes.
They're doing it because they are desperate. And they're using the same exact tactics they've used all through history when people started catching on to their corruption. They create division and war, and they ravish people. Well, they profit from it, by the way.
How many?
Just like they're profiting from the COVID shit. Excuse my language. But they're doing the same thing they've always done. They've done this ever since the Napoleon conflict with the Rothschilds and
What's the
both ends of the conflict to the middle. That's what they've done with every war since World War I, World War II, the Spanish War. I could go on and on. And this is the only thing they know to do. They're desperate now. They're really scared, honestly, and you can't blame them for being scared because there may be a few thousand of them, but there's only truly a handful of them compared to the people in the world.
Yep. Why, Ken?
They're in the process of trying to usher us into that communistic, globalistic, everybody shuttled into smart cities where they can keep a very close eye on everybody at all times. And once they get complete control over the masses that way through their technocracy, they're going to be able to do anything they want to the masses because there won't be any getting away from them. You won't be able to go up once all our satellites are placed in space and they nanotag everybody on this planet. And everybody.
It shall return.
You know what? Why is it every single conspiracy that I was preaching 3-4 years ago has now come into fruition? Some people have a knack for knowing what's going on.
More and more people are waking up, though. I think more and more people are seeing it.
They are, but man, we better start waking up faster. We better start waking up faster, and that's why I appreciate you being there, because you know those of us speaking these truths are the Davids up against the Goliath, and that's all we have is our little teeny platforms and our little teeny rock in a sling against a giant, and we've got to be able to have faith. And without that faith, they're gonna win, and of course they're not gonna win because God wins. But it's our faith in God that's going to get us there, and we need to do it together. We all need to do it together. Blacks, whites, Hispanic, Asian, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We either can fight for our freedom, or we can lose our freedom and live the rest of our lives in tyranny and slavery. And that's what it's come down to. They're not even hiding it anymore. They used to hide it. They're not even trying to hide it.
Well, they've
convinced a lot of people.
Well, their schedule was messed up. When Trump got elected, it messed up their schedule. And now they got to make up the 4 years that they lost under Trump.
He actually did. And I'm not real fond of some of the things that have gone on with Trump. You know, he warp speeded this COVID crap.
Yeah.
And so I've got my issues with him too. I'm a truther. And some people will bash me from both sides of the aisle because I'll say what's true. And what's true is nobody's been arrested. Who's got arrested? The one guy who changed a document for Carter Page when he switched it from he was working with the CIA to he's not working with the CIA. That guy's probably got a fat paying position in the deep state bureaucracy by now.
Yeah.
We need to wake up. We can't be sitting on our hands waiting for some politician, some man to save us. We need to have faith in God and save ourselves. God helps those who help themselves. We're at that position now. We are in that spot. We need to be calling. Oh, and get this. Listen to this number, people. If you call right now, the Supreme Court of the United States of America, and the number for that Supreme Court is 202-459-3030. Listen to what you're told when you try to call your Supreme Court.
What's it tell you?
That's why there's fences around the Capitol. That's why, because they know we're waking up. And if we keep sitting on our hands waiting for somebody to come save us, oh, some of these Christians, they believe in the rapture. Oh, God's going to come rapture me away. You're not supposed to sit on your hands, people. I'm sorry. The word rapture isn't even in the Bible.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, blood, gas, everything. All right, well, Kenan.
I had a grandkid begging for my attention, so I'm going to leave you and I go to speak his needs.
All right, I appreciate it, Kenan. It's good to hear from you again.
You too, Jamie. I'm thankful every day that you are on there, so, stay with it. I know it's rough. I know it's hard. I know it's a pain in the butt. And I know you've got just a little teeny rock in your sling against this great big problem.
Yep.
But have faith, brother.
But I've been working on my sniper shots.
There you go. That's what you need to do.
All right.
Look, I want to say this before I get off because it's important. Just the deer hunters in America alone are 70 million per year licensed deer hunters, well equipped with high-powered scopes.
Yep.
We have the largest standing army in the world just in our deer hunting population. Now, there's no reason why we should be fearful. What does God tell us? Fear not, for I am with you. There's no reason why we should be fearful of these tyrannical, terrible, satanic people.
It's all an illusion that we fear these people.
That's right.
Because there's so few of them.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot more of us than there are, but it's
right.
the smoke and mirror shit that they use, the magic, the wickedness that they use to trick us into thinking there's more of them than there are of us. There's not.
There is not. There certainly is not. We have, just like I said, just in the deer hunting population alone, that's just the people who get a license every year to go hunt deer.
Yep.
Which, by the way, most of them are conservative rednecks. You know.
Yep. Yep.
But I'm just saying that, but most of them are God-fearing people. They don't. That's why they don't have any problem, hunting and what have you, because they believe in God. And I'm telling you, this is what they're scared of. They know that we're waking up to their corruption. That we're waking up to
play that.
all of the different things that they've been doing, and that's what they're scared of. And
Right.
I just want people to know, hey, and we need to let our policemen know. People need to call the police, sheriff's departments, and let them know, hey, we're behind you. The day you stand against this tyranny, we will be there for you.
Yeah, as long as won't y'all start locking up these people out there burning? Why don't y'all start locking up these assholes out there burning and tearing stuff up? We got your back.
That's right. But not just that. They need to go against the stand-down orders that have been put upon them. They need to know that we will back them up. We will go in. We need to get organized and go.
No, what we need to have is somebody turn around and charge whoever's telling them to stand down and allow that unlawful shit to go on.
Right. We need to tell them that we will stand behind them when they charge these assholes.
Yep.
We'll stand behind them when they arrest the governors who locked everybody down over this law. We'll stand behind them when they arrest the people who have been corrupt for decades, that are either caught in compromise or dangles or taken the offer they should have refused. We will stand behind them. And we need to call them and let them know, because they don't know. All they see is all these people throwing bricks and water bottles at them. They don't know that there's a whole bunch of us out there who that aren't oligarchs' pawns.
Yeah.
And we don't believe what they're doing, and we will stand behind in our local police departments, in our local our community politicians who are going against this crap. We'll stand with you. They need to know that. So we need to call them and let them know that. We need to get together and like you're doing right now with your program and be there for each other, supportive, giving everybody a hand up when they're weak from the fight, And I know that's what it is, Jamie. I get it. It's a rough fight. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, Kenan. Appreciate the call, man. Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll see you.
All right, bye-bye. Dems plan to add 4 justices to Supreme Court. Said we got
the Democrats in the Congress are trying to force it. Joining us now to react is Judge Jeanine Pirro. She's the host of Justice with Judge Jeanine. Judge, thanks so much for joining us tonight. So packing the Supreme Court, this is something that Franklin Roosevelt tried, had to back off because it was considered too radical in the middle of the most radical legislative period in American history, the New Deal. This was too much. What would this mean if it were to happen?
What this would mean, Tucker, is that we would have another legislative body in the United States. Congress has historically been filled, the Supreme Court has historically been filled by presidents who, when they are there, if there's a vacancy, they appoint someone in line with their thinking. So sometimes they're more liberal, sometimes they're more conservative. And I think that when President Trump had the ability to add 3 justices, the left went crazy. Now, Biden wouldn't answer, if you'll recall, the question during the campaign, and neither would Kamala Harris answer. And now they just had a committee that was supposed to look at it. Now all of a sudden they've got a bill that the House, they've got support in the House and in the Senate. This will change the United States dramatically. The left will have the ability to have a court which is essentially nothing more than a legislative-leaning body that will approve of all of the issues that they are trying to make across the board in the United States. We will no longer have a Supreme Court that is based on the number of justices depending upon
the Supreme Court. Blue, 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 blue. I don't agree with it. I want to play this over here. Hold up, what happened? You got Pelosi, what? And Schumer? All right, let's go to Pelosi and Schumer. Oh, that's what you call it. Let's play old Pelosi. She's got her mask on.
Now there's a bill to expand
Can't hear
the
it.
Supreme Court by 4 seats. And would you commit to bringing that bill to the floor?
No. I support the president's commission to study such a proposal, but frankly, I'm not. Right now, we're back. Our members, our committees are working. We're building putting together the infrastructure bill and the rest. I don't know that that's a good idea or a bad idea. I think it's an idea that should be considered, and I think the president's taken the right approach to have a commission to study such a thing. It's a big step. It's not out of the question. It has been done before in the history of our country a long time ago. And the growth of our country, the size of our country, the growth of our challenges in terms of the economy, etc., might necessitate such a thing. But in answer to your question, I have no plans to bring it to the floor, no.
Yes, got no plans to bring the bill to the floor. Oh, let's listen to Nadler. Okay.
And some people will say we're packing the court. We're not packing it. We're unpacking it. And some people will say we're packing the court. We're not packing it. We're unpacking it.
What do you mean you're unpacking?
Some people will say we're packing the court. We're not packing it. We're unpacking it.
And it is packing it. Little short, fat man. He makes me sick looking at him.
We believe that the American people should seize the opportunity to weigh in on whom they trust to nominate the next person for a lifetime appointment to the Supreme Court. Yet, 4 years later, just days before the 2020 presidential election, even while Americans were casting ballots, Leader McConnell and his Republican colleagues confirmed Amy Coney Barrett to the court to fill the seat held by the late, great Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So much for letting the people weigh in. As a result, we have a stilted, illegitimate 6-3 conservative majority on the court that has caused this crisis of confidence in our country. The Republicans stole 2 seats on the Supreme Court,
2 seats.
And now it is up to us to repair that damage.
What do you mean they stole 2 seats?
Our democracy is in jeopardy today because the Supreme Court standing is sorely damaged. And the way we repair it is straightforward. We undo the damage that the Republicans have done by restoring balance. And we do it by adding 4 seats.
Somebody should have asked him that. Hold up, everybody. What do you mean they stole it?
She may not.
Senator Mitch McConnell can suck a big, fat, juicy.
One survey late last year showed that a clear majority of Americans oppose packing the Supreme Court. But the farthest left activists aren't interested in the common good. They want power. And the same Democrats and the same corporate media that spent the last 4 years hyperventilating and declaring a new constitutional crisis was underway every 30 seconds seem to be perfectly content to play along. Now, if Republicans had introduced a bill to add 4 Supreme Court seats for the last president filled, there would have been weeks of wall-to-wall outrage on every newspaper and cable TV channel, non-stop.
Okay. Let's go to them too.
Now, it seems the main strategies are either to shrug off and look the other way or to actively play along and somehow lend credence.
Well, let's see, McConnell. Who could have did something about all of this stuff? Let's see. Who could have did something about it? Maybe you could have. Maybe you could have stopped all that bullshit. Now, look, Bernie Madoff. Remember Bernie Madoff? They made a movie about him. He did a big Ponzi scheme. Apparently, he's passed away. Put him on the list. Put him on the list. The judge warns of mistrial in the Chauvin case if prosecuting witnesses even hints at newly discovered evidence. Don't bring it up. We're going to have a mistrial, and we're going to go somewhere else. Play that one right there, Drizzy, of that guy up there telling them to stop their bullshit with the umbrellas. Let's play that one. Play that.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare stop this shit! Not here tonight! Not here tonight! Don't you start this shit! Tonight! Don't you start this shit! Sorry for hurting you, the ones that are starting that shit! Hey! Hey! Not here tonight! Not fucking here tonight! None of these motherfuckers were on the fucking left.
Yeah, that's Antifa with the umbrellas.
There's no such thing as fucking peaceful. You fucking kill him from the beginning, bro. Fuck you. Hey, hey, hey. He was killed in my block. Hey, mother. Don't call me motherfucker. Hey, don't you dare.
So we got somebody up there trying to talk some sense into them dumbasses. All they want to do is cause problems. They want this chaos. So these Antifa and Black Lives Matter people that are put out there, they got an agenda to push. You go throwing rocks at me like that, I'm shooting bullets. They got some, they're being tame. Turn the damn, the National Guard loose. Get the streets cleaned up. Why are they doing all this shit at nighttime? Because evil comes out at night. Evil don't like to be exposed in the sunlight. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Another black man killed for nothing in America.
Where at? No, he was killed for something. See, you're lying, Mike.
No.
Well, Mike, what was he killed for? Mike, why was he killed? Mike, why was he killed?
He was killed for his skin color.
You're a liar, and I'm going to hang up on your dumb ass because I don't want to listen to your bullshit. Why did he get killed, Mike?
Defund the police.
Why did he get killed, Mike?
Hey, because of skin color.
No, it wasn't because of his skin color.
Yes, it was.
Well, then why didn't she shoot the black cop that was arresting him? Why didn't she shoot him?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do know, because you're... Listen, Mike. I know you're not this ignorant. I'm telling
the truth, man.
No, you're not telling the truth, Mike. That's the problem with what's going on in the black community. Is people like you won't tell the truth.
George Floyd, now it's this guy.
Yeah, George Floyd. Yeah. Somebody else that was fighting with the cops. Somebody else that didn't want to get arrested.
I just wanted to stop, man.
Well, then, good, Mike. Go into the black community and tell them, if the police put cuss on you, don't fight. That way right there, you can get it to stop. You can get it to stop right there, Mike. Are you willing to do that?
Yeah, I'm willing to stop.
Well, then go do it. Go do it, Mike.
Not just against black people, all people, man.
Well, go do it, Mike. I want to see you out there preaching that. To stop resisting arrest.
Come march with us today, man.
At least if you can hear me.
March would you wear?
Hey, we're going to be all over the South, man. Come march with us.
I'm not marching with y'all dumbasses that think that the cops are killing people because they're black. I'm not marching with your dumb ass.
It is.
It ain't. It ain't. Well, okay, Mike, really. How long had that lady been an officer? How long?
I don't know, man.
Well, hold up. Mike, let's break this down. How long had that lady been an officer?
I don't know. I ain't got it.
Well, hey, Mike, let's for argument's sake say 5 years, okay? Can we agree on that? Because I think it was 15 years.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay. So how many other black people did she kill, Mike?
I mean, this the wrong time to kill.
Hold up a minute there, Mike. Hold up, Mike. Let's get back to what you're saying, that the cops are killing black people. This lady's been a cop for 15 years. How many black people has she killed? How many has she killed, Mike? Mike, how many has she killed? Mike, how many has she killed?
She finally got her one.
Mike, are you really just ignorant for real?
No, man. I believe it's a little underground game.
That's what it is. Underground game. Underground game. You're a moron then, Mike.
Yeah, I think it's a game now, don't it?
Well, I think you're a moron, Mike.
Yeah, man. Hey,
well, I think you're a moron, Mike. I think you're a moron, Mike.
Defund them, man.
Defund them for what? Who's gonna be the police, Mike?
We'll police our own neighborhood.
You can't police your own neighborhoods, Mike. There's more black people killing black people than cops killing black people. So why ain't you stop that, Mike? Mike, you ain't doing your job.
We stopped doing that stuff.
Well, you haven't stopped it, Mike, because there's more black people killed by black people than there are by cops. So why ain't you doing your job, Mike? Is there a gang of black people that want to kill black people, Mike?
Nah, I ain't never seen that before.
Well, you ain't never seen a white gang out there killing black people either, Mike.
I've seen the police do it.
No, you ain't.
Hey, we're going to have a moment of silence.
Well, okay, well, I ain't having one. I'm going to talk the whole time, and I ain't listening to no more of your bullshit. Mike's a moron. Mike is a moron. Killed him because of his skin color. No, killed him because he fought with the police and tried to run. That's why he got shot. If he hadn't did them things, he would not been shot. Same thing with Floyd. If he hadn't fought with the police, he wouldn't be dead today. Well, he might be because he OD'd. That guy that was trying to arrest him said, "Hey, stop tensing up," because they do that when they're getting ready to run. They're getting ready to fight or run. It's the fight or flight thing. And when you've got a hold of somebody, you can tell their body tenses up. You go, "Oh, don't!" I'm telling you, man. I used to do that when I was bouncing. I'd grab somebody. I'd go, "Hey, let's walk." Don't do that because I will put your ass to sleep. Let's walk, and we'll get outside and we'll talk. Get them outside the club, and you let them go. Hey, there you go, man. Have fun. Good night. We'll see you next weekend. Have a good one. That's the way it's supposed to go. Most times it did. But you can feel it. You can feel it in their body. If you got hands on, you can feel it in their body. They tense up. You go, don't do it, man. I'm telling you right now, don't. Because you're the one that you got your hands on is normally the one that ends up with an ass whooping or getting hurt. Oh, let's watch a Veritas video. Let's watch the one where they do that right there. Oh, CNN crew got chased away by the mob from one of those peaceful protests. You know, the one Mike wants to go to. I don't want to go to one of them with Mike. Because it's going to be bad news.
No, you don't got no trouble. No. It's all peace, baby. It's all peace. It's all peace.
Boom. Yep. Yep. Peaceful protesters. See how peaceful they are? Peaceful, boy. Oh, look at that good-looking fella. He had a shoe on his head. What the hell's wrong with that boy? Fixing to do a what? Oh, I sent that to her. I don't know where you was at. Back over there on that. Oh, yeah. Let's go to the next one, Drizzy. You gonna do the Veritas? Okay. Vulcan throat punch. Hey. I want to grab the mouse and wiggle it around. But Drizzy's doing something with the mouse over there. Elijah. Let's do the Veritas thing. No, let's do the Veritas thing and then we'll end it. Yeah, let's do the Veritas and then we'll end it. This is Project Veritas talking to a CNN report director or something. Oh, some people's skin that aren't white. Uh-oh. Part 3 director. Pull that back down so I can read it. Director says network is trying to help the Black Lives Matter movement by protecting the group's narrative on race. I haven't seen anything about focusing on the color of people's skins. On people's skins that aren't white. Like we're trying to help Black Lives Matter. Yeah, propaganda is all y'all are doing. That's all these big news agencies are, is propaganda. That's what this undercover Project Veritas video shows, is that CNN was helping to get Trump out of office by pushing lies. It's called propaganda. Same thing that the Nazis did. A lot of these people probably have ties back to Germans, to the German Nazis.
COVID, gangbusters.
Gangbusters with rating. COVID was. That's all they care about is ratings. Okay. Let's go with them.
I think we got him through this term. We would always show shots of him jogging, him in aviator shades, and like you paint him as a young geriatric.
A young geriatric.
We didn't know anything about, so that's I think that's propaganda.
Look what we did. We got Trump out. I am 100% going to say it, and I 100% believe it, that if it wasn't for CNN, I don't know that Trump would have gotten voted out. Our focus was to get Trump out of office, right? Without saying it, that's what it was.
Is that what the news agency's job is?
Awareness.
Do you think it's going to be just like a lot of fear? Climate?
Yeah, fear sells. Fear sells.
No one ever says those things out loud, but it's obvious.
And what is it you do?
Technical director. It's one step down from director.
Oh, he's a technical director.
It's going to be our focus.
I wonder if he still got his job.
To get Trump out of office. Without saying it, that's what it was.
Trump was hand shaking or whatever, and he was losing it. He's unfit. We were creating a story there. So that's I think that's propaganda.
So I'm standing here at 30 Hudson Yards. Warner Media isn't right there. That's CNN's corporate headquarters. We're in New York City. Jim Sciutto just walked out. Funny enough, I asked him about the videos we have just obtained of a CNN director, Charlie Chester, on tape for years. We've heard that CNN is the most
Test 1, 2.
but a CNN director is on tape telling us that they're propaganda, helping a certain political candidate, employees admitting what we've always known to be true.
Propaganda.
This time, it's on tape.
Look what we did. We got Trump out. I am 100% going to say it, and I 100% believe it, that if it wasn't for CNN,
hey, test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
Really? I think if COVID hadn't happened, it wouldn't have mattered what covered, and Trump would still be in office.
She ain't got a mask on.
I came to CNN because I...
What y'all doing with your mask off?
So Chester says that CNN is responsible for getting Trump out of office and helping Biden through his term. Listen to this tape. Chester and Hoffman believe CNN managed to get Trump out of office, their words, and Chester calls CNN propaganda.
Yeah, I mean, like Trump, we did
when
Trump
was.
I got like his hand was shaking or whatever.
Tell him
he
to
brought in like so many medical people.
to like all tell a story that like it was all speculation. That he was like neurological damage, like that he was losing it. He's on.
If y'all want to continue to see content like this, donate and go to JamieChapmanFES.com. Thank you very much.
Fit to, we were creating something.
Oh my God.
Didn't know anything about, So that's I think.
Liberals mess up anything they touch.
We had nothing else to run with at that time. We were like, just.
Oh, yeah, there was plenty you could run with.
I guess I have a confession.
Uh-oh.
I worry about Biden and his health, I guess.
Your news health?
What? No, I said Biden, our president. Like, I want to just, like, literally, I just want to, like, take care of him and make sure he's okay. Like,
he's definitely, the whole thing of him running during the entire run for the campaign, showing him jogging was obviously a deflection of his aid, and they're trying to make it like, I'm healthy.
Is that what we did? I don't know. Like, what do you mean?
We would always show shots of him jogging, and that I'm healthy, blah, 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 and him in aviator shades, and
cool.
He paints him as a young geriatric. I had so many arguments about my dad be like, you're voting in Kamala Harris because he's gonna die in the presidency. And I'm like, they're gonna die.
Right, I don't think he's gonna die.
I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm okay with that. I think she could be
probably
a bitch.
be better, but
She probably could be a bitch in a board meeting, and you'd hate her as a boss. But she's real and better than what we've had, regardless.
Yeah.
I don't see. I think we got him through this term.
Even after Biden was sworn in, CNN still seemed to maintain a bias in the reporting, according to Chester.
And then so there are complaints that we're not.
Rachel Hoffman.
Oh, did you? We talked about it briefly, but
you talked about that briefly. You don't make that a huge story.
Okay, so but the fact that we talk about the Trump tripping is a bigger nuance. It's a nuanced conversation because that's a sign.
Did we harp on Trump tripping?
Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you come from?
Talked about it a little bit.
Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you come from? Oh, you hung up. You made me stop the video.
As long as we talk about a little bit with Biden, then I think we're
we didn't cover it all on Dog. We didn't talk about it. Whereas if it comes tripping up the stairs.
Chester didn't just take credit for Trump's loss. He also alleges it was CNN's, quote, focus. They were focused on getting Trump out of office. Chester also believes that in the current news cycle, there is, quote, COVID fatigue. Chester saying that CNN has a game plan to fix that fatigue.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's just a COVID fatigue. So whenever a new story comes up, they're going to latch onto it. They've already announced in their office that once the public will be open to it, we're going to start focusing mainly on climate, global warming, and that's going to be our next
our next big lie. How about
That's
that?
going to be our focus. Our focus was to get Trump out of office, right? Without saying it, that's what it was, right? So our next thing is going to be for climate change awareness.
What does that look like?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I have a feeling it's just going to be constantly showing videos of decline in ice and weather warming up and the effects it's having on the economy and really talking about head of the network, just
Who's that? Is that
Zucker, yeah. I imagine that he's got his council and they've all discussed where.
Oh, they discussed it. His War Room Council. What do y'all think we need to lie to the American people about next? We could run this over here about climate warming, climate change. Maybe we can get Greta up in here with her pigtails on and stuff like that. She's a
definitive ending.
She's a
pandemic.
Expert.
It's going to taper off to a point that it's not a problem anymore. Probably think it's going to take years. So they'll probably be able to milk that for quite a bit, you know.
So.
Why is he always drinking? This guy alcoholic or something?
Be prepared. It's coming.
Butch, what's up?
Like right now, we had an 8-side track right now where 2 stories are going to be pushed. Climate change is going to be the next COVID.
I'd like to see his reaction when she goes, oh, and by the way, I work with Project Veritas.
Commit to that as a network.
You said it's going to be like the new COVID.
I feel like, well, that's the way it was built. Unless that was just a call to arms to get people to start writing, and then we'll assess it. I don't
Undercover.
know, but
Do you think it's going to be just like a lot of like fear, like climate?
yeah, fear sells.
Jeff Zucker, I think you need to change your motto, the most trusted name in news. Your own employees, your own director is on tape actually telling the American people what we all believe to be true. The question is...
Our focus was to get Trump out of office, right? Without saying it, that's what it was.
Why isn't Charlie Chester willing to say the private part publicly? He'll say it privately, but he insists it's important to conceal
play that.
to hide it from people. And that's the question, Mr. Zucker. Why is it so important to hide the truth of what you're really trying to do from the people?
Yeah. Part 2.
Of rape raiders, gangbusters of rape raiders, right? Which is why we constantly have the death toll.
This is part 2.
Let's make it higher. Like, why isn't it high enough? You know, today, like, it would make our point better if it was higher. It's fear. Like, fear really drives numbers. Fear is the thing that keeps you tuned in.
If it bleeds, it leads. Yeah.
If it bleeds, it leads.
Yep. No one ever says those things out loud, but it's obvious.
What they're actually telling the person what to say. It's an art form.
Charlie Chester.
It's always leading them in a direction.
Charlie's going to be looking for a job.
It's fear. Like, fear really drives numbers. Fear is the thing that keeps you tuned in.
Why is he telling this young girl this?
When a network cares more about ratings.
I say it's because he's wanting to get some love.
In the case of CNN, owned by parent company Warner Media, it seems that CNN has resorted to other means in order to keep you watching. What you're about to see is so shocking.
Project Veritas.
Admissions about COVID, its impact, the bias, and things that we've all suspected but have never been able to confirm until now.
It's fear. Like, fear really drives numbers. It does. The happiest days in news, people, I would imagine, turn it off and they don't stay glued to it. Unless there's something that's uniting them, like the moon landing or something like that. Fear is the thing that keeps you tuned in. I can imagine. What's the scariest thing there? You know, like, sad news doesn't do well with ratings. You know, like, if you can get someone impassioned, that does really well with ratings. Sad news, back to back to back, doesn't do really well unless it affects them directly. COVID, gangbusters of ratings, right? Which is why we constantly have the death toll on the side, which I have a major problem with, that we're tallying how many people die every day. Because I'd even look at it and be like, let's make it higher. Like, why isn't it high enough, you know, today? Like, it would make our point better if it was higher. And I'm like, what am I rallying for? That's a problem.
Yeah.
That we're doing, you know? Like,
well, I mean, it helps with ratings.
Of course, yeah, but, yeah, I would expect, I have a job. Sure, like, I'm happy about that, but, yeah, I don't know.
You had a job.
Who gets to like decide how long that stays on, or like?
I don't know. I've been in the room many times where my director tells me take it down, or I take it down, and then we get a phone call. Like the bat phone like rings in the back. It's literally a red phone, like this special red phone ring.
Yeah.
And they pick it up, and this producer picks it up, and you're like, mop, 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 mop. And every so often they put it on speaker, and
it's like the head of the network being like, there's nothing that you're doing right now that makes me want to skip. Put the numbers back up, because that's the most enticing thing that we have. So put it back up. So like things like that are constantly talked about.
It's most likely Jeff Zucker call. If Jeff Zucker, the head of our CNN, he makes the calls. Zucker's the head of the network with the red.com.
Now, in the first video, Charlie Chester and Rachel Hoffman gave us a first-hand account into how CNN's president, Jeff Zucker, really
He's up there in front of
is on a
CNN.
minute-to-minute basis, even when it comes to graphics on the screen, COVID graphics. Charlie Chester referring to the red phone that rings to update the graphics, because remember, folks, it's all about ratings.
But why don't you guys at CNN show the recovery rates on the death tolls at least?
Recovery rates. Oh, who's had it and then recovered. Because that's not scary. I would imagine that's why they don't do it. Yeah.
That's what I figured.
If it bleeds, it leads. Yeah.
If it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think no one ever says those things out loud, but it's obvious based on like the amount of stories that we do. Like the fact that we have a segment called The Good Stuff, which is a feel-good thing, but it's a dedicated moment at the end to like almost like be the ice cream to alleviate, like everything that you've been through, like like something sweet to end it with. Because everything else is like doom.
Yep. It's like eating broccoli and asparagus.
It's
but you get this big bowl of ice cream if you finish your supper. You don't get it until you do. So you, I don't like this stuff. I hated it when I was growing
Chester
up.
seems to have lost faith in CNN's ability to do honest reporting, not just at CNN actually, but
Do the Dan Scavino.
I mean, there's no
Not
such
Dan
thing as,
Scavino.
unbiased.
Don Bongino. Dan
There's too
Bongino.
many agendas. There's too many people that have jobs that need to feed their families for it to be unbiased. And it's impossible. The most unbiased news is grassroots, out of people's basements with podcasts. That's the most unbiased that we get. And unfortunately, the trend is that when they could actually start making money off of it, he starts inherently destroy the thing that you love, by like
Do you
moving
think
up.
CNN's done that?
Yeah. I don't think CNN's any different than Fox. I think it's on the
That's
different
three.
side
All right.
of it, but I don't. I think they come off as very altruistic, but I think we bury the lead a lot. I think we. You ever watch? We have to sit down and watch it together. For me to like point out some things.
Oh.
Listen to the way they ask questions.
I can come over to your house and watch it and show you. Usually about 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock news.
Is they're telling the person what to say. It's an art form. There's an art form to it, but it would be like the accident that you just saw, right? Like one of the reporters would be like,
Michael Payne, what's up, man?
That man clearly went through the intersection, slamming into this car or whatever it was, and it really is unfortunate that our infrastructure of traffic lights and whatnot is falling apart in the city. How do you feel about the traffic lights and the infrastructure and whatnot? We've led them to talk about how we want them to talk about it. It's always
Lead them in a direction. It's herding the sheep.
before they even open their mouth. And the only people that we let on the air, for the most part, are people that have a proven track record of taking the bait. I think there's like in art to manipulation. I think some people have figured it out inherently, but
Like in the media or just like in
media
general?
and in just conversations.
Yeah.
I think when like you ever meet somebody that like you feel like you're being gaslit by, start to listen to how they word things.
What do you mean?
Inflection, saying things like twice, like there's little subtleties to how to manipulate people.
What's the difference between doing that like on a one-on-one basis or like a widespread news organization?
Oh yeah, I mean it's enough to change the world. You know? Yeah.
Isn't that the plan?
There's a plan. I think this kind of works with like the Trump thing. But look at the other side, how devastated they were. So were we the good guys or the bad guys? Depends on which side you were looking at it. You know?
Chester is fully aware of the power that CNN has over people. His words should caution people everywhere who takes the journalism at these corporations seriously. He tells us not to take it seriously. Chester tells us explicitly how the news business works. Now, if you thought this was bad, stay tuned for the next one, because in the next one, Chester gives us CNN's...
Oh, Chester's thing on the Black Lives Matter. Let's go to that one. Let's watch Bongino then. Then part 3. Sounds good. Nope, Bongino. That's Scavino. No, watch the Bongino thing.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all
Bongino. That's a good video though. They took it down. It's played before they took it down. The Bongino and Geraldo Rivera. Where Geraldo and him got into it. It's on Gateway. Yeah, I said that hours ago, Drizzy. Hours and hours ago. Probably about 3 hours ago back when we started. I don't think I got but 30 minutes of game time in this morning. You told me I had to go do this. Yeah, you son of a bitch, you punk. Through that one.
Ideas are stupid ideas. Forget about them. Nobody wants these ideas, but an elite few on the far left, they have no application in real life. But Sean, before we go on and let me talk about, what is happening in Minneapolis and these other cities, I must say something about the perhaps unintentional misrepresentation of my experience by my esteemed colleague Dan Bongino on Monday night. I have been covering cops for over 50 years. I am perhaps the most deeply experienced reporters in television history. I have done hundreds of stories over thousands of hours with cops, everything from shootouts to executing arrest warrants, to roadblocks, to drug raids, you name it. I have been there. I've been to too many cop funerals to even think about. They are horrible. I am a total buff when it comes to cops. Cops like me. I like cops. This accident that happened in Minneapolis was unintentional, but involuntary manslaughter doesn't require intent. This was reckless or grossly negligent behavior. I have the solution to the problem. Cops wear their main weapon, their 9mm usually these days, on their dominant hand, so say your right hand. So this is the hand that has the gun. The taser is on the left hand, your secondary hand. So they're taught, use the taser in non-lethal situations. My suggestion is reverse it. Make the taser the first weapon of choice for a cop. Put the taser on the dominant hand and the 9mm on the secondary hand. It takes a half a second to get that if you need that in a life and death situation. But if you have the taser in your dominant hand, you're more likely to use the non-lethal weapon, and you could avoid the 18 accidental police shootings where the cop thought he or she was using a taser shot.
Dan Bongino.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
I think you'll figure it out.
Yeah. Give me a second here to digest the stupidity.
Hang on, let him talk.
All right, no, hold on a second, because
you're nothing but a name caller. You're a cheap shot. Geraldo, you gotta let him have his say. You have your say. Dan.
I mean, I never talk when he talks because I like him to just say these things because they're so easy to refute, but he can't stop talking when I do. But getting to his first point, there's a big difference between reporting on a baseball game and playing it, Geraldo. You never wore a badge, period. Not interested in your reporting on it because reporters deal with facts. And you brought the race card into it the other night when we had this debate, despite having no facts to back that up. And when I brought up the facts that there is no systemic racism,
Blacks are twice as likely to be shot by cops as whites per capita. How about that fact? How about that fact?
Geraldo, you clearly haven't seen that Harvard study
ever done on the subject.
All right, one at a time.
That's the Washington Post, and they spent
all kind of stuff, boy.
Finish
Drizzy!
his thought, then you go.
Thank you, Country Girl Barbecue.
Geraldo knows everything, apparently. It's despite the fact he has nothing.
Dan, stop arguing
the
over
Harvard
time.
study,
Now, it's your turn. You have the mic.
Yeah, they did an actual study on police contacts
Thank
and
you,
found
ma'am.
no systemic racism. It was the Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice Statistics, but he doesn't know any of that. But secondly, this is again why being a reporter about.
Yeah, I got it, Drizzy. Tell her thank you.
Geraldo, you got it. Geraldo, you got to stop.
You can't control yourself. Take a Valium. Take a Valium.
Geraldo,
You've been
you got to
talking
stop.
forever.
Let him talk.
You really got to pipe down. My gosh, you're a 70-year-old man. Calm down.
Dan,
get hold of yourself. If you put the firearm on the other side, the firearm, you would probably have to cross-draw it because you'd want to fire with your dominant hand, which if you were ever a cop, you'd know that, but you reported on being policing. What's the problem with a cross-draw? The problem is when you're tackled and put on the ground, the weapon's more accessible to the bad guy than it is to you. But because you've never done policing, never done control tactics, but you've reported on it, you wouldn't know any of that. So maybe a little bit of humble pie, back off, stop telling everyone about your great reporting, deal with facts, and realize you don't know what you think you know, you just know what you think you reported on. Those are two separate things. I don't pretend to be a journalist, I'm an opinion maker. Stop pretending to be a cop.
Geraldo.
Again, what Bongino does is make me the issue. Is there anything that he has just said useful on this topic? We are dealing with tension from coast to coast. Cities where there is now violence and rage.
Geraldo's part of this global cabal too.
The memory of the slain people. The situation, and you notice he just interrupted me despite his pontification. What we need to do is assure a very restive public that cops aren't out to get them. We have to reassure of the black mothers. If you have a situation, there were 991 cop shootings, deaths last year. More than 2 times as many black people per capita, mostly young black men, were killed than white people. If you have that absolute fact, and you're trying to reassure a black mother, you have to have
tell your black son not to fight with the police.
Trivial traffic stops. Why are 6 cops responding?
Let me bring up another point for the
because they're fighting when the cops pull them over because of people like you, Geraldo, just telling them that they're being victimized by the police, and it's not true. Go ahead, Drizzy. Project Veritas 3.
Not much. Instead of attacking Asian. We're trying to help the BLM.
How long is this?
Charlie Chester will shock you even more. This time, we see Chester reconciling the truth that actually exists compared to what happens in his own network.
I was trying to do some research on the Asian hate, the people are getting attacked. A bunch of black men instead of attacking Asian. So like, what are we doing? Like, we're trying to like help like with the BLM, and like we're gonna like. I mean, it's individuals. It's not a people. You know. That's not good. The optics of that are not good. These little things like that are enough to set.
Talking about when all the Asians were being attacked, and it turned out it was black people that were attacking the Asians.
Criminalizing an entire people. You know, just easier headlines, I guess. Yeah, no.
So you're saying that the far left would label a whole genre of people? I kind of miss your point.
That like, no, the conservatives. I'm sorry, not the far left. But I've noticed that like you get headlines that like lump people together as opposed to focusing on the individual. I mean, that's what Trump and everyone look like.
What? You mean like y'all lump all the cops into one group? Or white people?
So much blame on entire group of people as opposed to, you know, a few careless individuals.
Right, the actual source, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but is it normal for the media to like to say there's a white shooter, black shooter? Which one are we gonna, like?
Probably because of that damn music playing in the background.
Yeah. The longest while, like the story was like.
Say the last dance. Say the last dance for me.
Lapping up that it was like, you know,
whoa,
like
say the last dance.
I haven't seen anything.
Say the last dance for me.
Focusing on color. People that aren't white. They just aren't saying anything. You know what I mean? They're just not. All of a sudden, that story.
Oh, say the last dance. Say the last dance for me.
I think it's got to be trends.
Say the last dance. Last dance for me.
Saying like how media is the greatest weapon. Where are we gonna go with that?
I mean, it's just propaganda. Like, if you can really. Sorry, my chime just went off.
What do you mean by propaganda?
Like you can shape an entire people's perception about anything on how you do it, right? Like, just by like forcing the story to help.
You mean like wearing masks?
You know, like.
You mean Trump was colluding with Russia?
Is the future of like energy? Well, that can be propaganda because like who owns the company might have stake in like coal. So like Trump getting blasted all over, like constant feeds of like Twitter and Fox giving him a platform is what fueled that fire. You know?
Is CNN the most trusted name in news?
Nope.
Their own employees are telling us that they're not.
Yeah.
But the same employees that tell us that they're not are also participating in the propaganda that they're ashamed of. And that's perhaps the greatest tragedy of all.
That is.
That Charlie Chester is willing to say these things privately. He's willing to say the quiet part out loud.
He's taking the 30 pieces of silver.
To say so publicly. And as Jim Sciutto told me when I was walking out of the store, he's been a journalist for 25 years. Well, Jim Sciutto, your own colleagues should have the courage to say publicly what they'll tell us privately. And if you're a journalist, you should stand up and do exactly that. Stand by the credo of journalism. Inform the
Stand
people
by
with
it,
an
bitch.
obligation and a duty to the people.
They don't.
Without fear of
They have
fate,
no integrity.
I doubt Charlie Chester will be the last employee we hear from at CNN.
They have no integrity. That's Project Veritas, baby. The real journalist out there.
We're outside this restaurant.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Jersey City, about to confront Charlie Chester.
Oh, he's going to confront him.
CNN employee is inside the restaurant. We got him on camera. He's meeting with our undercover reporter. He expects that person to return to the table, but I'm going to be returning to the table in a minute. Let's go.
Let's go. Uh-oh.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Is this seat taken? I'm James O'Keefe with Project Veritas. You're on camera. You're recorded. You're a technical director at CNN. You're on camera talking about the importance of getting Trump out of office without saying that's what your intent is.
This was to get Trump out of office, right? Without saying it, that's what it was, right?
Look what we did. We got Trump out. I am
Oh.
100% going to say it.
Confronted.
100% believe it.
That's you're on tape saying this. Well, we're investigative reporters doing this story, and I just want to ask you.
I passed you now.
What do you?
Close to you, within 6 feet of me. That's your mask on.
What did you mean when you said that without saying that's what our intent was? Why would you want to conceal from? Why would you want to conceal from people? Are you going to call the police? Are you going to call the police on me? Go ahead, please do. Go ahead.
You're in my personal space. I don't want to.
Excuse me?
You're in my personal space.
I can stand 6 feet away from you and ask the same questions. That sounds like a good idea. So let me ask you this question. Why would you want to conceal from voters that CNN's intent was to help Biden?
You're not going to get me to talk about anything, so.
Well, you also said that it was, in your words, quote,
Propaganda.
Yeah, I mean, like Trump, we did it. Like when Trump was.
Like his hand was shaking when he had saluted all those guys 500 times.
So, like, I'll tell a story. It's all speculation.
Remember that? Frederica called up and said something about that. I remember. Do you remember? I do.
We were creating a story there that we didn't know anything about. So I think that's what we did.
I remember.
What was that about? You said you nonchalantly admitted in your medical analysis of Trump that it was all speculation. And you used, and these are your words, not mine.
And he calls you Imam. Forgive me, his words, not mine.
I'm quoting you here. All right. Well, you've already spoken with us. You've already spoken with us quite a bit. You admit you're done with certain candidates.
Thought he was going to get a pickup.
And you're admitting that you wanted to hide.
Now guess who she's riding home with? Project Veritas.
They never have the courage to say publicly what they will say privately. That's courage right there. That's courage. Yeah, drive away. You won't be able to drive away from the truth. How do you sleep at night? That was Charlie Chester,
The confront.
technical director. We're outside this restaurant, New Jersey. Charlie had nothing to say, certainly shocked. We had asked him about his comments. I focused specifically on this thing he said about trying to conceal it, quote, without saying that's what we were doing. He said the quiet part out loud.
No one ever says those things out loud, but it's obvious.
We got him on tape. He drove away. I put my flag mic up. The door jammed the mic, and then he drove away. Didn't want to say anything to us, but listen. I think this is going to get a reaction from CNN. Stay tuned. What do you do for the pancake house here?
Service, my first day.
Did you serve this man this morning?
I did.
You served. What was he like?
He was kind of rude. Yeah, he was a little bit standoffish. I tried to get his order, and they were not feeling it. So.
You want to work at Project Veritas?
I do.
Well, we may have got a prospective employee at Project Veritas.
Yeah, James O'Keefe. Doing the work that CNN's supposed to be doing, but they won't do it. You know why they won't do it? Because they're pushing an agenda. They're spreading propaganda. You heard the man tell you himself. Not my words, his words. Oh, she's watching. Hello, Barbara Cook. Thank you, ma'am. I got the package today. Thank you. It just come in the mail. Thank you very much. It's all kind of stuff in there, boy. I'm not going to starve. Thank you very much. Hey, Drizzy, I reckon we're going to wrap this one up for today. We're going to start doing more and more of these shows. Sipping on Fire. Thank you, man. Thank you, ma'am. Hey, y'all. All right. So if you want to donate to the thing's in the thing right there. We're finna go over to the gaming side. We'd love to have y'all come over there. We're growing another channel over there for the gaming side. We appreciate it. Democrats have introduced a resolution to abolish the Electoral College. Yeah. That's it. They just want to tear down everything. So we will see y'all in the near future. Check out, go to JamieChapmanFES.com It'll tell you wherever we're at, if we're gaming or if we're doing a show. We will see y'all later. I said 4 hours. 4 hours ago, Cassie. You didn't hear me when I said it the first time. That's 2 hours and 21 minutes. And there you go. Thank you, Sippin', Faith, Laura, Sippin' on Fire. Y'all have it, Brandy, Drizzy. Appreciate y'all being over here. Appreciate the ones on Facebook. Y'all go over to the YouTube side. Check us out over there. OfficialJamieChapman.com. JamieChapmanFES.com. We'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one.